Hello guys. So a follow-up video on my previous VM cloud environment. So this is another provider, Gitpod. Um, Last time we checked code sandbox.io. So this Gitpod.io provides a very similar service with very reasonable resources. So what you're about to see, if we navigate to the pricing page, you can see here it does provide some stuff, but the 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 starter machine is 4 cores and 8 GB of RAM, which is the best in the providers category. So if we compare that to Code Sandbox, GitHub Code Spaces, this is the cheapest on the most beefy machines. So let's jump into it. I can do a comparison on all three services and in a different video. If you want, just leave a comment. Okay, moving on. So I already signed up. So this is the dashboard. So you do have like workspace and projects, but let's focus on how to get the machine up and running. So here's the new workspace. You just hit that, and then it's just gonna scan your GitHub repositories. So let's jump to my GitHub quick. Uh, so here's just a example GitHub account where I test stuff. So I created a blank one, a blank with no files and stuff. So this comes out of this code space blank. I'm gonna tell why in a different video where I'm gonna evaluate the GitHub code spaces, which is also a different provider, very good. Um, so in here you see we're gonna clone this one. So let's focus on the blank. So we get a blank machine where we can do whatever we want. So there are a bunch of different ideas to choose from. Let's just stick with the browser for now. And as you can see, you start with the standard and then you go up to the large at the moment. So the resources here are very reasonable. You can get most of the job done. So if you go new workspace, it's going to spin up a new environment for you. And you can jump straight into your work. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this in a different video where you can work in your desktop connected to this machine, but that's for another video. Cool. So from here, you do have access to everything, and the machine here is pretty good as well. So the memory here is a bit dodgy, but you know what you get from the pricing page in a bunch of cores as well. So okay. Cool. So from here you can start just whatever you're working on, or start from scratch, or just clone the correct uh, repository. Cool. So there is GitHub integration. You can push, you can pull, you can create pull requests, everything that you are used to on your Visual Studio Code. Yeah. And then as soon as you're done, you can just close it, go back to Gitpod. Oh, I closed too much. Oops, Gitpod. So it's going to be here. As soon as it goes idle, it's going to go to inactive workspaces. And then as soon as it's been sitting there for 14 days, it's going to automatically delete. So the whole point on Gitpod, the way that they want you to use it, is to create ephemeral VMs, which means create as many or as much as you need and just forget about it. We will handle the life cycle of the VM automatically and delete that from you. Just don't leave any. Uh, you see here there are changes. Don't leave any changes sitting in there for too long, or you're gonna lose that. That's just a heads up. There's even a easy button here to delete everything. So that's Gitpod in a nutshell. It's super easy to get a super beefy VM for free. up and running in less than 5 minutes.